What is going on, guys? Welcome back into another video. In today's video, guys, I want to talk about my favorite PvE Void 3.0 Warlock build that you can use in the game right now. Now, the goal of this build is to feature our grenades and to always have a grenade available, so get in that region as fast as possible. We're also trying to get supers and ability regions super fast as well. With the addition to Void 3.0 in Destiny 2 The Witch Queen, we've been able to mix and match some perks that we've never been able to mix before. Now, the gameplay you guys are seeing is me running around on Saros Harbor, completing some activities, and you guys can see the raw potential of this build. As long as there are enough enemies to kill, you're always going to have a grenade. Your super is going to come back every 5 to 10 seconds sometimes, and your ability regen is absolutely insane. Stacking all of this with some of the new artifact mods here in Season 16 absolutely takes this build over the top and makes you a killing machine. Now, real quick, guys, before we get too far into this video, I do want to remind everybody that I do stream here on YouTube 3 to 4 days a week. And if you guys could, if you like the video, hit that thumbs up and sub to the channel. It definitely helps me out, and I really appreciate all the amazing support, guys. Now, to start things off, you can use any super in the tree that you prefer. I'm using Cataclysm in this gameplay because I prefer the tracking Nova Bomb, but again, if you like one of the other ones, you can certainly use those as well. Now, as far as our class, movement, and melee abilities go, I'm going to be using Healing Rift with Burst Glide and Pocket Singularity. Now, an absolute must on this build is to be running Vortex Grenade. Now, this is a grenade that creates a vortex that pulls targets inward and continually damages those trapped inside. Now, using this grenade enables us to get the sustained damage that we need that helps us chain our grenade regen and our ability regen as well. Now, as far as our aspects go, the first one I'm going to be running is Chaos Accelerant. We can hold to overcharge our grenades, making it deadlier and more effective. Vortex grenades increase the size and linger duration of the vortex. And the second one is going to be Feed the Void. Defeat a target with a Void ability to activate Devour. While Devour is active, Final Blows restore health and extend Devour. So you can kind of see where we're going with this, guys. We're going to throw a grenade down. Obviously, Chaos Accelerant is going to keep that sucker down even longer than normal, making it more deadly. And every time we kill an enemy, we're proccing Devour, which basically makes us a tank as well. Now, moving over to our fragments, we're going to be starting with Echo of Remnants. Your lingering grenade effects, Vortex Grenade, Void Wall, Void Spike, and Axiom Bolt have increased duration. Next up is going to be Echo of Expulsion. Void ability Final Blows cause targets to explode. We also get a plus 10 intellect with this. And the last one is going to be Echo of Undermining. Your Void grenades weaken targets. We also get a minus 20 discipline on this one too. Now, stacking these fragments with the aspects that we're using as well absolutely makes our grenades insanely powerful. They explode Void when we kill an enemy, and they're lasting super long so we can get sustained damage to get as many kills as possible. Now, moving on to our weapons and armor, I'm going to recommend that you use Void weapons if possible. I've been running a Funnel Web and Deathbringer. By the way, Deathbringer is doing amazing DPS right now, so I would definitely give it a shot if you haven't tried it since the Witch Queen dropped. Also, it's going to benefit from some of the mods we're going to put on our armor. Now, moving over to our armor, I'm going to recommend that you try to get your build to as close to 100 discipline as possible. You have to remember we're taking a minus 20 hit on discipline from one of our fragments, so trying to get those grenades back as fast as possible is super important. Now, in terms of mods, I'm going to recommend with this build, starting off with our helmet, I'm going to be running double Ashes to Assets, which basically gains bonus super energy on a grenade kill. I'm doing 2 of these because they do stack. Also on my helmet, I'm going to be doing an Elemental Ordnance, which is defeating a combatant with a grenade spawns an elemental well that matches your subclass energy type. So now we're getting a ton of super energy back by using our grenades and getting grenade kills, and we're spawning elemental orbs that we can then pick up to regen our abilities too. Now, moving on to our gauntlets, I'm going to recommend that you use the exotic Controverse Hold. Now, this has the armor perk Chaotic Exchanger, which resists incoming damage while charging your Void Grenade. Charged Void Grenades return grenade energy on a hit. And by using this is just taking our overpowered grenades and just making them that much better. So it's a really good exotic to use for this. Now, the mods you're going to want to run on your gauntlets, guys, is going to be Grenade Kickstart ×2. Now, again, these stack. And these are going to do when your grenade energy is fully expended, you gain grenade energy. Also on your gauntlets, you're going to want to run Font of Might. Now, this is a new seasonal mod with Season 16. Picking up an elemental well that matches your subclass energy type grants a temporary bonus to weapon damage of that same elemental type. Now, moving on to our chest, I'm just running another elemental ordnance to stack with the first one that we had on our helmet. Now, by stacking these, we're able to get multiple elemental wells every single time we get a grenade kill. Now, moving on to our legs, I'm going to recommend that you use Absolution. This reduces all ability cooldowns each time you pick up an orb of power. Also, you're going to want to run Volatile Flow. Picking up a Void Elemental Well grants your Void weapons volatile rounds. So now, Volatile Flow does have a countdown timer of 17 seconds, but does reset every single time we pick up another Elemental Well. So now every time we pick up an elemental well, we're getting a boost to weapon damage from Font of Might, and we're getting volatile rounds in our void weapons that create massive amounts of void explosions to damage other enemies. It's absolutely crazy. Now, moving on to our bond, we're going to be running Double Bomber, which reduces grenades cooldown when using your class ability. This does stack as well. So basically, every time you drop a rift down, you're going to get around 50% of your grenade energy back just by doing that. Also, I'd recommend Bountiful Wells. Elemental well mods that cause you to spawn elemental wells can now stack, spawning additional wells for each additional copy of the mod you have equipped. Now, using Bountiful Wells is super important because it gives us the ability to stack elemental ordnance, and it gives us the ability to spawn more elemental wells. Now, I have to admit, after using this setup over the last few streams, this is hands down my favorite PvE Warlock build in the game at the moment. Having the ability to get your grenade back instantly, recover with Devour, and have volatile rounds along with Font of Might on your weapons is absolutely insane and just completely shred any enemy inside of PvE. I do think that this build is going to hold up inside of in-game activities. I'm planning on taking it into the raid this week to see how it does. Obviously, we're going to need to make some tweaks with some of the champions that will be present in that. So I'll probably keep you guys updated in a future video on how we'll use those for GMs and harder content. Now, if you guys have any recommendations or questions regarding the build in the video, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Thanks so much for checking out the content on the channel, guys. I really hope to see you in the next video.